This is Dave from Rock and Roll Reviews, and I'm in Glasgow with Brock from 36 Crazyfists. How you doing, man?
Good, man. I'm good.
Good. You recently started your tour with Arm for Apocalypse. How's the tour been going so far?
Yeah, no, it's going great. It's a short run, 3 weeks is all. But yeah, we're having a blast. You know, we haven't been over in like 3 years.
Yeah.
So basically, originally the idea was to have the new record be out with us.
Yeah.
But we're not quite ready for that yet. But
cool.
We still wanted to come just to get the name back over here, you know. So it's been awesome. I mean, you know, every time we have come over, it's always makes you feel good inside. You know, people are tremendous here, and it's been no different this time.
Yeah, excellent. I remember buying your Bitterness to Star album back in 2002, something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. 11 years later, you're still going strong, kind of touring and writing material. What's kind of kept you motivated and driven over the last like 10, 11 years to keep doing this?
You know, just having that connection with people that, you know, that are interested in our band has always been a fuel to the fire. You know, obviously once you get some good fans, you realize that you're doing something that's important, not just for yourselves, but for other people too. So that has always been building for us, and we're real grateful for that. But, you know, we're just these guys that came out of a place where bands weren't getting to come out of, in Anchorage, where we started back in Alaska. And so initially, you know, once we started getting some successes in the sense that we got to sign a record deal and things like that, man, that was pretty big for us. So it's always been about having a career and doing this. And actually, you know, Bitterness is 11 years old now, but the band's almost 20 years old now. So you know, we had releases before that, and so you know, we've definitely slowed down in our old age. You know, we don't put out a record every 2 years like we used to, and then tour for 2 years straight. I don't really have any interest in doing that anymore. You know, I have a family at home, and so does Mick, and you know, so we still want to do it, but we don't want it to be the only thing that exists. And I think we found a nice balance with doing it. You know, some people get pissed off about you not showing up as much as you used to, but you know, that's the give and takes of getting older and trying to do music and have a regular life as well. Yeah.
And we recently got your got the 30 years of Roadrunner Records, the box set, in for review. And when I listened to it, I was kind of testing myself if I could recognise the bands by listening without looking at my iPod, you know. And I noticed like there's certain bands that when you hear their sound is instantly recognisable, and you guys were one of those bands. You know, as soon as you hear 36 Crazyfists, you're like, yeah, that's definitely that's 36 Crazyfists. How do you manage to keep your sound so original over the last kind of like 10, 11 years? You know, there's so many different bands coming out, different influences and styles. How have you managed to keep yourself so original sounding?
You know, you only know what you know, and of course you get these influences. I think our last record, Collisions and Castaways, was probably our least original album. I think it was more in the pack of the metalcore bands doing. It's not my fondest record, I guess is what I'm getting at, and so I think we're losing a little bit of originality on that record. We wanted to make a really heavy record, so that's what we did. But you know, our band has a good balance of heavy and melody and things like that, and I think we kind of got away from that. So the new album that's coming out early next year really focused on what's unique about the band, and you know, that's the melodies, the guitar signature, themey choruses. Obviously my vocals, so I don't know, but I didn't think we kind of stayed the path on the last album as much as we should have, and so I can appreciate people hearing our sound and be like, that's us, that's great, love us or hate us, at least you know what we are. And I'm really excited for people to hear the new album, because I think it's, well, as most bands say, it's their best album, but I'm really proud of it, and I think it's really cool. And we've been playing 3 new songs a night, and every night it's been, you know, when you hear new songs, it's a mixed bag, sort of. You're not sure what you just heard.
Yeah.
And the response has been really cool. And I don't know if that's just because people are cool or what, but it's been cool to play them and hear the response.
Yeah, it's good for you guys as well to play new material. You must get a buzz playing brand new songs.
Totally. I mean, we'd play the whole new record if we could. It's the most fun.
Yeah.
But can't do that, obviously. But, no, yeah, it's good.
Yeah. So about the new album, you got any names picked or anything like that? You picked an album title or?
No. Well, yeah, sorta.
Okay.
But it's not like concrete, so
okay.
I don't want to say anything yet. But over the Christmas break, I'm gonna finish everything, and all the titles, the song titles are done. Mm-hmm. But as far as the album title, that's always the big one,
yeah.
and I'll figure it out.
So any particular themes running through this one?
Yeah, well, so that's part of the reason we've been gone for 3 years is my mom passed away almost 2 years ago from cancer, and we canceled a tour coming over here when she was ill, and so the entire record is about that process of, experiencing life in that way, and I spent a full year with my mom, which was really nice actually, because I had been on tour for a lot of years, and it kind of, you get away from family a bit. So I took that whole year off and spent every day pretty much with my mom, and it was really good, and it really helped me get some closure when she passed. So the album is about that experience and the fragile side of life, as well as the positive part of me getting that closure and that time spent with my mom, and how my entire family had to deal with it. And everybody at some point is going to have to deal with this, and majority of people have already, and it's really a tough deal, but it's also a cool thing if you can get some peace at it, and that's what I was trying to achieve through the songs, and it was very cathartic for me, and I feel pretty much at peace about it.
Okay, thanks for that. In terms of the writing of the songs in the new album, has the formula changed at all, or is it still a similar kind of formula before?
It's the same. Our guitar player Steve Holt, he writes all the music and kind of basically programs the drums and everything for the demos, and then sends them to me, and then I write the lyrics, and the rest of the guys kind of put in their 2 cents, and it always starts with Steve. Steve he's kind of, he's the captain, and without him we wouldn't really have our sound, so he's kind of the starting point and the ending point for that matter.
Excellent. So you reckon it'll be kind of start of next year or kind of middle of next year for the new album, do you think? Well,
we'd love to be invited back for some festivals by the summertime, so our goal is to have our record out by April, May, something like that. The record's completely done, mastered everything except for the vocals. So it's I just need 2 weeks. And I did all the demos, of course. I am opening a restaurant back home, so I've been extremely busy the last year, and I have to fly to Portland because the studio's in Portland, Oregon. I live in Anchorage, Alaska. Anyway, I just need 2 weeks and I'll finish this damn thing. So probably right after Christmas, New Year's, I'll be in Portland and recording the album.
Oh, nice. So your restaurant, is it open?
It actually opens Monday. Actually, tonight is our soft opening.
Okay.
So I'm missing all of it. It's unbelievable. I've been working on this thing for 5 years, and but my partner is there holding it down, and it's gonna be cool.
Excellent. What is it called?
It's called Crossbar.
Crossbar.
Yeah, excellent. It's a hockey-themed sports restaurant.
Ah, nice.
I'm a huge hockey fan. So it's strictly vintage, black and white, early 60s, 70s NHL with the Alaskan Senior League, which started in the 50s. Okay. So it's all these old rad photos, and it's a classy joint.
Nice, that sounds cool.
Yeah.
Nice one. Have there been any new albums you've heard this year that you've really liked, or anything that you're looking forward to coming out?
This year?
Yeah.
New Seven Dust, I loved.
Oh, yeah.
New Stone Sour, I loved. The Last Shinedown, I don't know if it came out this year, but I loved. Those are my rock bands that I really dig in these days. Metal, the new Kill Switch is amazing. Who else had a good metal record? I'm sure there was tons. Bring Me the Horizon. Their album's badass. I never really even listened to those guys, and then I found out my buddy Slim from Bury Your Dead joined the band, so I was like, all right, I better check these guys out. And I was pleasantly surprised. I really dig what they're doing.
Yeah.
And we played a couple shows near them. They're pretty massive. The girls like them. I see a lot of girls at their shows. Girls can come to our shows too. Come on. Anyway, yeah, that's about. Well, I really love this artist, the White Buffalo. He's an acoustic Southern soul dude.
Oh, cool.
Check him out. His new album. All his albums are tremendous, and he just put out a record not too long ago.
Okay, so do you like that kind of stuff when you're not listening to metal? Is it kind of like the kind of acoustic stuff? Do you quite like that? Yeah,
Yeah, I love it. Ray LaMontagne, City in
Oh,
Color,
love it.
White Buffalo. If you like, well, White Buffalo is a little bit more like, almost like an Eddie Vedder
All right.
solo type thing. If Eddie was, which he does do solo stuff, but anyway, White Buffalo's really cool. He has that Eddie Vedder like tremble in his voice.
Okay.
But anyway,
Nice.
it's cool.
Nice one. Our website basically covers everything that's punk, rock, and metal, but we also do movies as well.
Oh.
Have you seen any movies this year that you really liked? Or anything?
I haven't been watching so many movies lately, which is unfortunate. But I did get into a couple like TV series. The Killing.
Oh yeah.
You know The Killing?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, me and my wife, we were way hooked into that. We need the new season to start up. And I was late to the party, but I just recently got into Homeland.
Oh, cool.
Another very cool one.
Yeah.
I missed the boat on like Breaking Bad and
Breaking Bad or something.
and Dexter
Oh yeah.
and True Blood. Those ones. At Walking Dead, I watched the first series. I loved it, and I never went. Then I got too busy, so I'll have to revisit. But
there's lots of so many
movies.
TV shows.
I got a 4-year-old daughter. We watch a lot of
Oh
cartoons.
yeah. I know exactly where you're coming from.
We just went and saw. Let's see. What did we see? We saw Planes.
Oh yeah.
Planes. But what my daughter actually is big time into like Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, and Harry Potter.
Okay.
So my wife and her do like some Sunday all day marathons of that stuff. I watch football. But yeah, no, I haven't. There's some movies I want to see. I wanted to see that The Conjuring.
Oh yeah.
Looked pretty creepy.
Yeah, it looked pretty good.
The Purge.
Yeah, I didn't see that one, but one of the other guys on the website saw that.
Yeah, it looked good. And Gravity looks pretty good.
Oh, Gravity looks good as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been getting a lot of good reviews and stuff. Yeah. Quite fancy that.
I like the classics.
Yeah.
Slapshot. That's good.
Nice. So after this tour finishes, have you got anything else planned touring wise, or is it just going to be album?
Yeah, we're gonna go home and we're going. We do play an annual Christmas show back home. We play a summer, a Halloween, and a Christmas show back in Alaska. So that'll happen in December, and then, like I said, after New Year, I'll probably head down to Portland, try and get that wrapped up in 2 to 3 weeks, and then see who is interested. Actually, you know, we're labelless at the moment as well, which I think is a good spot to be in. I think that you don't necessarily need them these days, you know. And you know, we did this whole tour on our own, and so it wouldn't be bad to be with one either. I'm not saying it would. We don't want to be, but the cool thing is when our record's done, everything from cover to art to you name it will have been done all on the band's dime. And once we hand over a package, if there is a willing participant label-wise, something that fits for us and them, it's already done. Cool. Which we've never been in that position before either. So otherwise we'll just release it ourselves through iTunes, and you know, there's a totally different model now where you know, the bands can actually make money, God forbid, you know, these days. So we're just trying to weigh our options. But as far as the festivals and getting around the world, it's easier with a label. I mean, getting on the Downloads and Soundwave and Rock and Park Rock Ring, all the cool festivals that Europe has to offer, in Australia, you know, you kind of need the labels for those things. They're integrated in those things. They know those people, and if you don't have management that's involved with those things, it's pretty difficult. So, not that we want to just use a label for that, but I want to be involved in those festivals. So if that's the make or break for whether we get a label or we don't, I would rather have one and be able to be a part of those festivals, because you know, that's some of the cool stuff, being able to tour over here, is being a part of those things. I mean, there's nothing better than going on the festival summer circuit, you know. So we'll have to see, but definitely that's our plan.
Excellent, nice one. Well, Brock, thank you very much for taking this time to do your interview.
You bet.
Much appreciated. This is Dave for Rock and Roll Reviews, and stay tuned for a new 36 Crazyfists album coming next year. Thanks.